White's faithful, listen up. What's happening, Leeds Army? Your boy's back with some absolutely mental news that's got me buzzing like I've just necked 10 Red Bulls before a derby. And trust me, you're gonna want to sit down for this one because what I'm about to tell you will have you questioning everything about our beautiful, chaotic club. We've got 3 massive stories that are sending shockwaves through Elland Road right now, and I'm talking proper seismic stuff here. First up, we got our Japanese magician dropping some serious truth bombs about what nearly happened this summer that would have broken every single one of our hearts. Then there's drama brewing around our Swiss wizard and some absolutely baffling tactical decisions that are making fans pull their hair out. And finally, oh boy, finally, we're diving into some managerial madness that has people asking if our gaffer's lost his marbles completely. Smash that like button if you're ready for this roller coaster. Drop a comment telling me which story has you most wound up, and subscribe because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. But here's the thing, White's faithful. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I need you to brace yourselves because this first revelation about our midfield maestro is gonna have you thanking the football gods we got promoted when we did. Ready? Let's march on together into this absolute madness. Ao Tanaka, yes, our absolute engine, our championship destroyer, our 3.4 million bargain, nearly walked away from Elland Road forever. Can you believe it? The man who ran our midfield like he owned it, who made championship defenders look like Sunday League players, who was so good that even Jermaine Beckford called him player of the season. This close to saying, sayonara Leeds. Listen to this because it'll make your blood run cold. When asked about the pressure of potentially missing out on promotion, our Japanese warrior admitted, of course. There was also the view that if I was doing so well in the games, I could move up, even if we weren't promoted. However, I was well aware that transferring isn't easy. So I was determined to get promoted. But here's the bit that'll have you in tears. Tanaka revealed he didn't truly understand the size of this club until he got here. He said, "Coming here really made me realize just how big a club Leeds is, which is why I wanted to get promoted. It's not often you get to play football at a club with such a history. It was my first time playing football at such a club, so I felt a sense of mission and responsibility. Mission and responsibility, that's what this club does to people. That's the Leeds United effect, baby. From a 3.4 million signing who barely knew our history to a player who'd rather die than see us stuck in the championship. That's the magic of Elland Road, working its spell on another unsuspecting footballer. But wait, it gets even more emotional. Tanaka straight up said he doesn't want to experience that promotion tension ever again. So, even if we came in second or third, it would be a completely different story. And I don't want to experience that tension again. And I don't think I'll ever experience it again. And the best part? Lee Bromby and Tony Dorigo were raving about him after that Sheffield United performance. Dorigo specifically praised his physicality after that crunching tackle on Gus Hamer, saying, "Excellent play. Tanaka has got that physical side in him. He can certainly do that, can pass too. One of the calmest players on the ball you'll ever see. The lad scored 5 and assisted 2 in 45 games. Became a mainstay in Farke's team and proved he's Premier League quality despite some doubts about his physicality. But hold on to your scarves, because what happened next in our attacking line will have you questioning Daniel Farke's sanity." Right, if you thought the Tanaka revelation was mental, wait until you hear about the absolute shambles that went down at Fulham. Noah Okafor, our Swiss signing, our supposed attacking salvation, gets hooked off after just 68 minutes, and the reason will make you want to throw your phone across the room. Turns out our boy Okafor was absolutely knackered. Knackered! After playing just 469 minutes, that's 469 minutes, all of last season in Serie A. How on earth are we signing players who aren't even match fit? It's like buying a Ferrari and finding out that it needs a complete engine rebuild before you can even drive it out the showroom. But here's what's really doing my head in. Despite being unfit, despite struggling with match sharpness, Okafor was still one of our biggest threats against Fulham. 7 recoveries, constantly making himself available, actually looking like he might create something. Adam Pope had raised fitness concerns before the match, and Baron Cross confirmed that fatigue was definitely a factor in his substitution. And what does Daniel Farke do when he needs to replace our most dangerous attacking threat? Brings on Jack Harrison. Jack bloody Harrison. The same Jack Harrison who's been about as effective as a chocolate teapot in the Premier League. While Willie Gnonto, arguably our most technically gifted player, sits on the bench watching this unfold like the rest of us, wondering what the hell is going on. The most frustrating part. Cross highlighted that despite his fitness issues, Okafor was doing the business defensively too. Those 7 recoveries show he was tracking back, putting in the work, being the outlet we desperately needed. This wasn't a lazy performance from an unfit player. This was a quality footballer trying to make things happen despite his limitations. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was also throwing in another anonymous performance up front, making you wonder if the 49ers have any idea what they're doing in the transfer market. 2 marquee signings who can't stay fit and can't deliver when called upon. What's the point of having these supposed quality additions if they can't hack it when we need them most? And if you think that's bad, wait until you hear about Farke's latest tactical masterclass that has fans calling for his head. White's faithful, what I'm about to tell you will have you checking if you've accidentally switched to watching a comedy show instead of football. Daniel Farke, the man we trusted to get us promoted, the German who promised Premier League football, has completely lost the plot. And I mean completely lost it, like he's forgotten everything he ever knew about football. Picture this scene. We're at Fulham, desperate for our first away points, needing something, anything to show we belong in this league. And what does our tactical genius decide to do? He plays Brendan Aronson, a number 10 who can barely function in his natural position, out wide, on the bloody wing, like he suddenly transformed into Raheem Sterling overnight. Brendan Aronson on the wing, a player who's managed 9 goals and 2 assists in 52 appearances over 2 seasons. His record is absolutely shocking, whole 52 games for 11 goal contributions. That's the kind of return you'd expect from a defensive midfielder, not an attacking player who's supposed to be creating and scoring. Meanwhile, Willie Gnonto and Dan James are sat on the bench like spare parts, watching this tactical car crash unfold in real time. But it gets worse, so much worse. Gnonto, our most technically gifted player, the Italian wizard who lights up Elland Road every time he touches the ball, continues to be treated like he's invisible. The lad's been impressive whenever given a fair shot, yet Farke keeps making the same bizarre decisions that cost us points. Here's what's really grinding my gears. Josh Edwards pointed out that away wins in the Premier League will be like gold dust for us this season, and we had a genuine chance to nick one at Fulham. But instead of bringing on Gnonto, who could provide that cutting edge, that spark of creativity we desperately needed, Farke goes defensive with Harrison. This pattern of experimentation isn't new either. Farke was doing this nonsense in the Championship too, playing players wildly out of position when natural options were staring him in the face. It's like he's playing Football Manager on amateur difficulty, just throwing players around the pitch to see what sticks while ignoring the obvious solutions right in front of him. The fans are absolutely livid, and you can understand why. When you've got genuine talent rotting on the bench while inferior players get game time, it's not just poor management, it's borderline negligent. The writing's on the wall. Leeds Army. If Daniel Farke doesn't start making sense of these decisions, if he doesn't start using the tools he's been given properly, then we might be looking at another managerial change sooner than anyone expected. So here's my question for you, White's faithful. How long do we give Farke to sort this mess out? Are we watching a tactical mastermind having a rough patch, or are we witnessing a manager who's completely out of his depth in the Premier League? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you're as frustrated as I am, and subscribe because this story is far from over. We're Leeds United. We've been through worse than this, and we'll come out fighting, marching on together no matter what.